here with Chip, man. Chip, man. We did this once, man. I fucking blew it. I hadn't screen recorded in a while. Well, I put it like this: I hadn't done it on this new laptop. On the big boy, I got that thing zooted, so we're good, man. I appreciate him. I appreciate you, to be clear, helping do this one more time, man, so we can get it right. Chip's out of Atlanta. I reached out to him. We were discussing Merle dogs. We both have the same distaste at first for Merles, being that we know that people had to do what they call washing the dog out. So you wash out a dog that has Merle, which means it takes a little bit to get the look of a dog. Because if we're adding Catalua or other things that Chip and I talked about, they're not pit bulls. They're not American bullies. They're not. They don't even possess a trait of the dog, but people want the color. And in this business, it's about giving the customers what they want.
Absolutely.
So, Chip, what about Merles did you dislike before you did this breeding? Because the Merle you're running your girl with is just gorgeous, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, from the beginning, I just didn't like how the first Merles that I saw, I didn't like their nozzle, a long snout. I didn't like that look. I like more of the head on the bully. I think the head is one of the key factors of the bully that defines the dog. As long as the dog have that head piece and a nice body, then he's a real bully to me.
I completely agree, man. I completely agree. And then again, we come from a space also where we're rooted in pit bull. So that pit bull has been a name for 100 years. And
Right.
and so when you look at the dog, it's almost it's like one of those cult like followings. Like anybody who loves Dobermans, anybody who loves Rots, they love those dogs, right? And a pit has a
Right.
certain tenacity about it. It has, as he said, a head on it. Put it like this: I heard Terrell say this. We all are known based on how we look, our faces. That's how people identify who and what we are. And then we
Right.
get into the colors of our skin and all that other stuff, our voice and things of that nature. The
Mm.
Merle just didn't look like, something that I wanted more of until now. So, uh, how did you find this particular breeder?
The breeder, my kennel partner reached out to her, and her network is just amazing. So she reached out to her, and she showed us one of her dogs, and we just fell in love with it at first sight. It's one of the better morals that I've ever seen, and that I've ever done business with. So as soon as I saw it, that got it was a wrap from there. So I knew that I wanted to add that bloodline to my program. So
I see. Now, talk to us about bloodlines. Do you have a bloodline? Are you working towards a bloodline? What's yours called, if so?
I like to create my own bloodline. I see that how the bossy have their own bloodline. I'm trying to get to where they are. I want to be the assassin bully breeder, and everybody is going after assassin bullies and want the looks that I want. So, I just want to reach out to all of the breeders and have them to get a piece of my blood in their program.
I see. And is there something that you focus on specifically when breeding your dogs in terms of creating the blood? For instance, old Remy used to say, hey, he throws a 24, 25-inch head and all his dogs are 90 pounds. So is there something that your blood is going to do for the breed, for dogs, for the culture per se, that's going to make you unique in this?
Right. So I similar taste in this, but I like the fit dog. I like the big bodies, but the masculine fit body. I don't like the lazy, sloppy dogs or whatnot. So I like the fit. I like clean. I like it up right for their shoulders to stand up tall and broad. So I just like my dog to have a clean look and a nice appearance, and it's the color. Color is a big factor. Well,
Okay, okay, and Chip and I talked about that as well. We started off everybody wanted the blue pit bull, then we got into a heavy tri thing, which took me a long time as well to grasp the concept of a fucking tri pit, because it's like that's a fucking Rottweiler.
right,
What the fuck they do to this dog? Because again, it's personal for
exactly.
people who love pit bulls and love the breed, love what the dog does, what it stands for. So I've been doing this, myself now for 10 plus years, and I've followed and spoken with many people. I'm building this channel out so we can continue to all work together to better the dogs, and continue to build the culture of the dog. But me and Chip originally, I wanted to speak with him originally because there's a lot of anxiety. So you've done the shipping and handling of dogs, correct?
Right.
And have you ever been worried, scared, nervous about receiving a dog? Because on the shipping side, I know you 100, so you ain't got to worry about that. But
Right.
getting anything from a breeder or something, have you ever been worried about that?
Well, the only that I would be worried about is when I'm connecting with the breeder and they just don't show as many pictures or videos as dog that I would like. So, and I'm pretty picky. So, I want from the front, I want one from the side, one from the rear, one from the end. I just like it like that. And I will actually, go out to the breeder's location. If I'm really interested, I will go out and put my eyes on the dog. Because once you spend all this money on the dog, and once you get it, I mean, it's yours. There's no refunds. Once you get it, it's yours. So you just got to make sure that you put your eyes on it. You see whatever you want. You see how it is. You make sure that you're looking at the pedigree and make sure that the breeder that you are messing with is either have a reputation or building a professional reputation. And have a good relationship with other breeders. That way, when you're doing business with someone, you'll be doing business with someone that is reputable.
And that's a part of the reason why I'm doing this too on the channel is because there is an anxiety. I've spent roughly 3 racks just to get a dog here from Florida. I bought the dog, ship all that other stuff, and Chip's experienced some of the same things. Where right nowadays, because of social media, there's an opportunity to connect with people and get those pictures, get that content, especially if you can't get
Right.
right to them. And if you really
Right.
want to see the dog, for one, you want someone who's communicative, which means is, hey, I don't need you to answer every 5 seconds, but I do want to reply, so that I
Mm-hmm.
know, if I give you $6,000, because I know the dog you use, I've talked to them a little bit. That's 6 racks, if not more, for the stud fee. If I
Exactly.
if I send you $6,000 for a stud, it better for one be here on time. For two, I want to see, like Chip said, every perspective. I want to see him walk. I want to see some things that I might not be able to get right there and see in real time. And I'm hoping that you're just as interested and as excited as I am about your dog. That's the thing, because when Chip and people like myself are real picky, so if we find something and we see it, then that means we probably gonna find a way to use it, and
Right.
that means you want to talk to us because we gonna spend that money.
Right.
We're not gonna waste your time because we wouldn't waste ours. We
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't waste our time. So one of the reasons I wanted to start this channel and just reach out to breeders as well is because I remember when the first dog I got shipped, it was a lot of anxiety and I was just like nervous. They were like, "Hey," Pawnee Express brought my dog, so they're like, "Hey, we gonna get there at 4 in the morning. You want to just keep her overnight?" I was like, "Nah, bring her straight to me because I've already y'all already driving from Florida to Dallas,
Exactly.
Texas. Now,
Right.
no, I can't even wait another second. I hate I'm even doing this." So
Exactly. We be so anxious to get it because it's just wait. It's like a baby. It's just like a kid waiting for Christmas. That's how it
exactly,
is.
exactly. I want my baby to be safe. I want because that baby she didn't cost an arm or leg, but she cost a finger, nigga. She cost a
Oh,
finger, my brother. So
yeah.
the other thing I don't want to miss that we covered the first time, I asked Chip about what got him started, all this stuff. You talked about your house burning down and some other things, man. Walk us through what got you into breeding, into the breed, and anything else that I might be missing.
So about 7, 8 years ago, I used to breed regular pit bulls, and I actually thought that pit bulls were the shit. Then my uncle, my house burnt down, and I had to sell my dogs, stay in the hotel and apartments for several months until my house got ready back for me. So my uncle was telling me, "Hey, I seen this dog that looked like a horse," and I was like, "A dog that looked like a horse?" And he said, "It looked just like a pit bull." I told him, "Show me," and he showed me one dog, and I was like, "Wow, look at that dog! It's like 10 times the mass of a pit bull." From there, that's when I started doing my research and everything. And as soon as my house got ready, I was ready to purchase a dog. And I purchased my first girl. And now she's on her last breeding, which is 5 years ago. She's 5 years old now, so this is her last return breeding. So I'm excited about that. But as soon as my uncle told me about all that looked like a horse, I definitely wanted to put my hands on. I'm glad I got into this business for sure.
That's funny, man, because when I first when I first saw the bully too, I'm a pit bull connoisseur almost, from the reading the history books on the Kobe bloodline back in the day. Um,
Oh,
and so I got this dog named Champ, and Champ was the first dog that no longer was 150 to $500. He was like 3 racks, and he's double registered ABKC UKC, and you go, and I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, man, what makes this dog so special, man? But I didn't bought him now, so he's not going nowhere. But this whole time, all my friends say, you fucked up not using Champ Trev. You fucked up because he is the god. But he literally looks different. He doesn't look like the pit bulls I've had. He just looks different. So there is a unique look. I don't think that the ABKC or the breed has its definitive look yet, but it is clear that it is a bigger dog, that it is got a bigger head, that it does have more things that are very specific to how it should look, at least. We know what to
right.
look for and what not to look for, what we want to do and what we don't want to do. So over at Assassin Bulls, I saw something. I saw something off the Merle Bully Nation. Then I clicked on something else that took me to this. Then I clicked on something else that took me to Chip. And then I saw Chip's girl, and I said, "Man, that's a big old bitch." And
Oh yeah.
and I'm not a huge fan of real big dogs. I've got one, and it's just, the big bullies, and that bitch is huge. How tall is your girl?
She's 24 inches.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not that, when I reached out to him, it wasn't. I asked him about his business, his puppies and stuff, but I'm like, even on my end, just seeing this girl, something keeps taking me back to her. So I'm always like, I keep looking at these pictures that they post. I keep going back to your page different times, and just when I get a second,
Right.
and I'm looking, man, it's something special. It's something special there. And I think this is going to be a real special breeding for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A very
It's probably it's gonna be the best breeding that I've ever done.
it's looking that way, man. And that Merle boy, probably one of the cleanest Merles. And trust me, I have a tab open on my computer where I screenshot and send over 15 fucking dog pages of Merles, because I'm like, I just can't get there on them yet. I still think it's gonna be a year or two before, if not 3, before there's like 1 or 2 Merles who are like set in stone. This is what they should look like. And the ones that me and Chip talked about that do, we think, kind of figured it out, are probably Bossy. Bossy's got probably some of the best Merles, but then you got to be like, do I want to spend 20 racks?
Exactly.
20,
Exactly.
20 fucking racks. So it's like, I'm in a double-edged sword, because either I'm going to have to buy one of them Merles and just implement it, because that's the best
Mm-hmm.
ones on the market. She figured it out. And what Chip is really saying too, when you look at Bossy from a business standpoint too, people, it is important / imperative that you build kennel partners. Find people you can trust. You can't keep $100. I don't care if you got $200 million. You ain't got the kind of time. And if you did, then you have to fund a whole staff. So it is
Exactly.
good to have 3 or 5 dogs throughout even the U.S., where you guys are all on the same page doing the same thing. And Bossy Cat is over there killing the game, because she's got Bossy Michigan, Arizona, Bossy UK, Bossy Arizona. She understood very early on building a bloodline. Then from the bloodline, she built, and in that she built consistency. Then from consistency, she built partners and friends and sold them equity, which also expanded her brand. Now almost all of her locations have upwards 15 to 20 dogs at them. And
Right.
I would imagine lowballing, based off of everything, she's probably doing $500,000 a year in dogs, because some of her first picks, I mean, she does 2 or 3 litters every so many months. Her first picks now, especially with the Merles, are at $20,000 to $30,000 for the first pick, and then you start
Yeah.
going down the line. Her cheapest dog for a pet home is $6,500.
Mm-hmm.
So you look into, and again, it's not even just about the business side. I believe she loves the dog and what it can do for her home, and how great a dog makes your life. That's the biggest thing. And when I even want to jump into breeding myself, I said, 100,000 people need champs. They need champs in their homes, because this dog is just, friends of mine have said, that dog showed me what a dog could do. Then they went out and spent $20,000, $30,000 on some other dogs, just because they wanted to bring that to their home. And it just, they said, I didn't understand the hype at first, but this dog literally makes my life and day better. So,
Absolutely.
so dogs solve problems. The number one thing your dog does for you, Chip.
Well, number one thing my dog does for me is keep me from not being lonely.
There you go. There you go. Is
Always right there by my side, even when I oversleep. Man, and my head, she'll come grab my arm. I just love my dog. Even if I wasn't breeding, I would still keep all of my dogs because they are not just dogs; they're family to me. Each one of them have their own personality, and they're just like kids. And and it's as far as responsibility wise, just like kids.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that you wake up, and when you wake up, when you use it, they got to use it. When you eat, when you go to the doctor, you got to go to the doctor. So, I mean, the responsibility is there for sure, but they are always there to guide you, protect you, make sure that no one is hurting you. They're like a little alarm. They're security alarm.
I'm
So
with
I
you.
mean, so many factors in one of what the dog is and how it can help benefit you.
Yeah.
I think that's why breeding is so popular now because these dogs are genuinely people's best friend. You know, I mean that's just my intake on it.
Hey, that right there. That says it all. I ain't got nothing else to say to that one because that's it. That's what they everything and more. Same thing for me. Like, they make my day better. I like the responsibility and even the obligation to my dogs. I like that I have to work them out. I like what they can do. I like how far I can take them, and we're gonna keep pushing that envelope so that I can identify, where I can take, the bloodline that I'm working on building. So, is there anything you think we're missing, man? Anything we left out? Look, guys, people, I'm gonna check back in with Chip when the puppies are gone, or when they've dropped. How many would you say, Chip? Uh, how many you gonna keep?
I'm going to keep one for sure. It just depends on what the other ones look like, on what we do. I may my kennel partner may want to keep one, and we just expand the program. You never know. But the only thing that I think we were missing is how to find us on our social media.
Yeah.
I'm at bullies, and where you?
Oh, I'm Fit Bully Kennels, man. And again, I've reached out to quite a. I've literally got a few episodes. Um, the Incredible Reds, they're right here in Dallas. I've got some people that I've reached out to, so I think this is going to be a good thing, especially long term, so people can know where to come, where to find, and then how to stay engaged. Chip posts. He doesn't have an issue not posting, not sharing. As you see, he's taking some time out. Never met me, doesn't know me from Adam. People, just to be clear, I simply reached out via IG message, asked him a few questions, and then as I began to see that he was responsive, which is sometimes surprising in the dog world, I said, "Hey man, would you mind jumping on this channel and talking a little bit more about the dog? Because you'd be surprised, some people don't want to talk about their dogs even." And it's
Right.
like, it's like, bruh, you trying to get some money? You trying to make it personal, man?
It's crazy.
You're like, man, you better jump on this thing and talk about these dogs, so
Hmm.
so I can keep bringing this thing to life. So I'm so grateful for one, him jumping back on here and giving me a second chance to re-record this, and for two, being someone who I have learned before we even got here. I was texting Chip, and he responded basically right back, or get back to me within 24 hours, which I understand. We all got shit to do, so
Right.
I didn't miss 2 weeks and be like, "Yo, man, I ain't forgot about it. I was trying to catch back up with work." So I appreciate the time. You know where to follow him. I'm dropping your thing in anyway, so it's gonna be through this whole video. It'll be back over here, and we're still recording, but it'll be over here to the right where they know where to go and find, and I'll link it to in the YouTube as well down below. So I want people to know to come contact you because I know you're gonna keep expanding your program, building your program. This is a person that I'm telling you could trust to try to get you that right dog. A buddy of mine just spent 25 racks on on a bulldog, and they sent him the wrong dog. So it is a real fucking problem, people. I'm not doing this for fun. Believe me, this is fun because I'm talking to a dog man. I want to see where his dogs goes, but I'm also like, I know how I felt when I did it for the first time. I, he told you a little bit about how he felt when he did it the first time. It is a real fucking problem when you send 6, 8, 10, $25,000 to get the wrong dog, get the wrong semen, FedEx loses the semen per se. One of my buddies had that problem. You turn around, our girls don't go in the heat for another 6 months. There's a 2 to the 24 to 48 solid hour, a 48-hour time frame where the numbers are normally the best. So you have this window to make sure that if you do AI, that she takes. It is a science, and
It
it is
is.
expensive,
It
and
is.
waiting another 6 months to get it right. Whoo,
Frustrating.
whoo, whoo, woo. So I wanted to put this channel together, reach out, talk to guys like Chip, so we can continue to help you guys make better choices, or the best choices for that matter. So, thank you for your time, boss. I appreciate you, man.
Yes,
This
sir.
has been advantageous and extremely helpful, I think, and I think it's gonna help a lot of people be willing to take a little bit more chance, a few more chances when when doing the thing,
Right.
man. So, at anywho, man,